Hi, my dear student children. Welcome to the world of GATE. Many great eminent personalities have given lectures on how to prepare for GATE, its strategy, opportunities, etc. I too want to add something to it so that it will be beneficial to my students. So in this session, as usual, I will be giving the entire scope and prospects of GATE, keeping in you the present pattern. My sincere request is, assume that I am going to add something useful to you. Believe me that. Have patience to watch the complete video. As all of you know, the GATE, Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering, is conducted every year in the last week of January or February. You know, the GATE opportunities, first of all, the direct opportunities. The direct opportunities are doing ME or MTech or MS or direct PhD in premier institutes like IISc Bangalore and various IITs. You are well aware of this. You will get a stipend of rupees 12,400 per month given by MHRD for doing PG. For direct PhD, the stipend is to the tune of about 28,000 rupees per month. The second is the jobs in public sector undertakings. You know, majority of the Maharatna, Miniratna or Navaratna companies are recruiting the engineers based on the score of GATE. Now let us compare briefly what the salary packages generally the students are getting in colleges, in the BTech and through PSU. In an ordinary engineering college throughout India, the average salary package of a campus placement is to the tune of 3 lakhs per annum. If it is a middle level college, the average salary packages are to the tune of 5 lakh per annum. Same case, if you join a public sector undertaking through GATE, the salaries are even to the extent of 12 lakhs per annum. There is a possibility that very soon the salary packages of public sector undertakings may be increased to 20 lakhs. Suppose your GATE score is very good. You joined some IITs or IISc Bangalore or other premier institutes. There is a chance that by doing MTech in these premier institutes, you may get salary packages more than 12 lakhs, even up to 30 lakhs. See, we have seen several students who pursued their MTech in IITs. It's a fact. So, GATE score is useful for PSU, which give you very high packages. Second, L&T, Larsen and Toubro. So L&T Build India Scholarship. This is a great opportunity for civil, mechanical and electrical engineers. So based on your GATE score, if you are selected for this L&T BIS, you can do MTech in either IIT Delhi or IIT Chennai, and at the same time you will get a job in the L&T. But only one limitation is that there is an age limit for this L&T BIS scheme. The age limit is restricted to 23, a blessing in disguise. See, nowadays the GATE exam is being competed by lakhs and lakhs. Several candidates are writing this exam for the second time, third time, fourth time, repeaters. So compared to these repeaters, sometimes the freshers who are writing the GATE exam in the final year, they are unable to perform on par with these repeaters. So fortunately, see, these freshers, even if they get little bit less rank, say even 3,000 or so, they also have a chance of getting this LNT BIS because of the age limit of 23 years. It's a golden opportunity, right? Now, to do MTech or job in research organizations like CSIR, BARC, etc., the GATE score is valid. Now you see, there is another prestigious institute called NITI Mumbai, PG Diploma in Industrial Engineering. See, majority don't know. In fact, compared to doing MTech in IITs, doing this PG Diploma is also very good. But the condition is you must be interested in little bit management. So if you are interested in management and interested in doing industrial engineering, NITI is the best choice. And the average salary packages for the students coming out of this NITI are more than 12 lakh like that. So it's a great opportunity. Now, there are certain universities abroad like in Singapore, Germany, Switzerland, say Nanyang Technological University. They are also giving the admissions for MS based on GATE score, right? So these are the direct opportunities. Now what are the indirect opportunities? Nowadays you see UPSC has revised the scheme and pattern for IES or ESC 2017. In that the stage 1 or prelims is purely objective type. So the GATE preparation will be a solid foundation for stage 1 or prelims of IES 2017. Then it is also a comprehensive preparation for all competitive exams. You know, even though majority of the public sectors have linked their jobs through GATE score, still there are certain companies like Vizag Steel Plant. They are conducting their own exam, recruiting through their own exam. Once you prepare seriously for GATE, now cracking through these exams is quite easy. Now, better preparedness for campus recruitment. You may be knowing, in the campus recruitment, we have two types of jobs. Number one, service-based companies. Number two, product-based companies. The syllabus of GATE, you know, it has English, aptitude, verbal and non-verbal. So this particular preparation is useful for service-based companies. At the same time, say you are a computer science graduate. For the sake of computer science graduate, the syllabus given in GATE is really useful to get a job in product-based companies where the salary packages are very high and growth of product-based companies is also very high compared to a job in service-based area. Right. Now, these are various public sectors recruiting through GATE and even some companies conducting their own exam. Some students of computer science, they say, sir, what about computer science? There are no jobs in government sector. But you see, there are so many companies recruiting even computer science graduates through GATE and other exams. This shows a list of that. Right. Now, what is the eligibility criteria? As you know, you must be either a completed student of B or BTech or final year student of BTech. In the present pattern, pre-final students are not eligible. Of course, MSc, MA, MCA students also can apply for this. Now coming to the age, there is no age limit. Even I can write the GATE exam. Now coming to the validity, GATE score is valid for 3 years. There is a purpose. Suppose for 1 or 2 years, you work in an industry. After working in the industry, you want to do your MTech. So, since the GATE score is valid for 3 years, if you do your MTech with industrial experience, definitely you'll enjoy doing MTech. Maybe keeping this in perspective, the IITs or the GATE committee is giving validation for 3 years. Now salient features of GATE. All of you know, it is online center-based computer test. And in this, the pattern you know, total there will be 65 questions, 100 marks. The time allotted is 3 hours. The general aptitude will have 15 marks weightage. Of that, 5 questions are of 1 mark, 5 questions are of 2 mark. Then respect to engineering, 1 mark questions are 25, 2 marks questions are 30. So technical 55 questions and 85 marks. My dear students, you may ask, sir, what about mathematics? So mathematics is treated as a part of technical subject. So this 55 questions of 85 marks includes mathematics. You know, mathematics will have weightage of around 12 marks to 15 marks. Then what about negative marking, sir? There is a negative marking of 33%. It means for 1 mark, 1/3 negative mark. For 2 marks, 2/3 negative mark. But you have an advantage. You know, for the last 2-3 years, in the GATE exam, there are numerical answer questions. Fill up the blank questions. For these numerical answer or fill up the blank question, there is no negative marking. Right. Now, general aptitude, this is common to all. So it has both verbal ability, say English, critical reasoning, numerical ability, quantitative, etc. Generally, the verbal ability will have a weightage of 4 to 6 marks, whereas numerical ability will have 9 to 11 marks. And this is one of the deciding subject to get the best rank in GATE exam. Right. Now, engineering mathematics, it has weightage of, as I said, 12 to 15 marks. It will decide whether you are getting the top rank in a GATE or not, whether you are going to get a seat in IITs or not. So, as already told, aptitude and this mathematics, these two together will have a weightage of 27 to 30 marks out of 100 marks. So, no student should neglect these two subjects. These are the backbone for getting a good rank in the GATE exam. And one more thing, see, in IITs, if you are doing MTech, IITs or IISc Bangalore or NITs, see, the MTech in this premier institution shall be treated as applied mathematics. If you think of electronics and communication, it is not just electronics and communication. It will have maximum linkage with mathematics. It may be civil, mechanical, any branch of engineering. Without a proper understanding of mathematics, it is really difficult to complete MTech in these premier institutes. So once you prepare seriously for mathematics as part of GATE exam, not only it secures you the best rank, but also you can complete your MTech in these premier institutions very, very comfortably. Right. Now, what are the various streams? See, the GATE committee is now conducting GATE exam in 22 papers. All these 22 papers are shown here. And these technical papers, apart from aptitude and maths, they have a weightage of 70 to 73 marks. Right. Now, what about the types of questions in GATE? See, coming to 1 mark questions, they are mostly theoretical or simple numerical questions. Now, these questions, 1 mark questions, generally they take time around 1 to 1.5 minutes, 1.5 minutes. Coming to 2 marks questions, most of the 2 marks questions are numerical in nature. They take about 3 minutes time. But there are few questions which take 4 to 6 minutes also, around 4 to 5 questions. For the last 2-3 years I am seeing in every branch of engineering, few questions, 4 to 5 questions are taking little bit more time, say 4 to 6 minutes. Now, again if you see the last 2-3 years papers, questions are being integrated from more than 2 subjects. Suppose you take civil engineering, strength of materials plus structure analysis, fluid mechanics plus irrigation, environmental plus fluid mechanics. Likewise, even mechanical, theory of machine plus engineering mechanics. And apart from these things, in some of the cases, mathematics is being linked with a technical subject. If you do not have the clear concepts of mathematics, even though you are strong in that particular technical subject, you cannot answer. So, questions are being integrated with more than one subject and sometimes even with maths. So, a student who is aspiring to get the best rank must be careful about this. Right. Now, be careful with the unit given for numerical answer questions. Beta, assume that the answer for a particular numerical answer question is 10 kilonewton. Suppose he will give dash kilonewton. So you should not forget the unit kilonewton. Suppose instead of that he says dash newton. Majority of the students will be rush up. They forget what the unit the paper setter is asking. Be careful about the unit which is being given in the question paper. Then choose the given value of constant only. You know, the average value of acceleration due to gravity. Sometimes paper setter says, assume acceleration due to gravity z is equal to 10 meter per second square. You have to adopt the same value. Say there is some other constant, coefficient of thermal expansion. Paper setter has given this value. Say the paper setter gives the value of some conductivity or resistivity. You have to take the same value. If you choose some other value without seeing the value to be assumed as given by the paper setter, you may get a different answer for which you may not get correct marks. Last year it clearly happened in civil engineering. In GATE 2015 it happened. Therefore, whenever there are certain constants, and if the paper setter says assume so and so value, you must use the same value. Fine. Virtual calculator. So from this year onwards, the routine, conventional, programmable calculators are not allowed in GATE. It is something similar to the business calculator what you use. You cannot perform all mathematical operations using virtual calculator. Higher order equations, imaginary equations, you cannot. For example, I want to help you giving 2 examples. Say, suppose there is an equation, y plus 80 square by 76 y square is equal to 20. In fact, it is a cubic equation. Our virtual calculator cannot be useful. Then what to do? Say 4 options are given. One common sense is y plus something is equal to 20. It means y is less than 20. So choose those options which are less than 20. Then by method of substitution, say out of 4 options, 2 options are less than 20. Take each option, substitute on the left hand side, whichever satisfies the right side value, that is the correct answer. Sir, in case it's a numerical answer question, options are not there. Same logic. Trial and error procedure. There is no other way. So don't think that such a cubical equation given, virtual calculator is useless, it is nothing but damaging the fate of the student. No beta. See, you have to use your mathematical IQ. Suppose there is another, say cos 30 degrees, 6 minutes, 36 seconds. What to do? Minutes convert into degrees. Seconds convert into degrees. Yeah, just shown. So likewise, for a different mathematical equation, there are certain ways, methods. So, what I advise, before going to the GATE main exam, try to have a lot of practice with virtual calculator, or else you may be having the knowledge, but if you can't understand how to use virtual calculator, you may get a negative result. Be careful about that, right? Now, time management is very important. As I already told you, 1 mark questions, roughly 1.5 minutes. 2 mark questions, roughly 3 minutes. To use the virtual keypad and to use the mouse and to pick up the answer, it may require some 5 to 10 minutes. So don't spend too much time on any particular question. Don't spend too much time. So now, practice mock test series is very useful. See, generally students, suppose they take some subject, they go through the first chapter, write some tests on that particular chapter. Say subject is over, again write one test on that subject. But what I advise, you write the tests which have multiple subjects kept together. Similarly, full length mock test means combining subjects, all subjects of a particular stream, maybe civil, mechanical, etc. Combining all subjects, you write mock test. The more number of online tests using virtual calculator you write, your confidence will boost up and your time management will improve in the examination hall, right? Difficult to answer all the questions within the time. Sometimes the paper will be very tough. Don't get discouraged. GATE is a relative performance. Nobody can answer 100%. Let all the professors of all subjects sit together. Let them write, because I have experience. It's not that much easy. So solving all the questions for a student within the time of 3 hours is difficult. Even if you can answer 90% questions, definitely you may not get first all India first rank. Don't worry about all India first rank. But definitely you will get a rank which can secure a public sector undertaking job or MTech in some prestigious institutes, right? So you should have lot of practice so that you can manage time effectively in the main GATE exam, right? Now, how to prepare for objective questions in GATE? Standard textbooks are relevant study material. Too much is too bad. For any subject, suppose you are not taking coaching in any coaching center, no problem. You need not take. You go through the previous questions and pattern. But for every subject, you choose some standard textbook. Read it thoroughly. And if you go on reading number of books, time gets killed. So choose some good book and practice it. Then, wide extensive study of the theory. Don't compromise as far as theory is concerned, concepts are concerned. Then, previous questions of GATE, if you follow, you can understand the trend. See, there are certain students who are under the impression that if I solve previous 10 years or 15 years questions, I may get a rank. Beta, those days have gone. See, paper setters are concentrating on not only the appeared concept, but nowadays more and more questions are being asked on untapped areas. Untapped areas means, suppose there is a chapter in which 10 concepts are involved. Questions related to 6 concepts already appeared. Questions in 4 concepts never appeared. These never appeared areas, I am calling them as untapped areas. So there is a chance that questions will be asked in untapped areas. Please come out of the illusion that by solving only previous questions, you will get the top rank. You will get an idea by solving previous questions. Definitely you will get some confidence. But by solving only previous questions, there is no chance of getting the extraordinary good rank, rank fetching, giving MTech in IITs or PSUs. So apart from previous gate questions, solve some standard questions from standard books. Then what about ESC? See, I have noticed some questions of engineering services are being asked in gate exam. So depending upon the gate syllabus, depending upon the gate pattern, refer previous IES or ESC questions and try to practice them. Similarly, previous questions of civil services objective questions, previous questions of public sector undertakings, they may be of little bit helpful to you, right? Be careful about negative marks. See, suppose there are 4 options. Suppose 2 options you are able to eliminate, that these 2 are wrong. Then you can take risk, 50-50 chances. Suppose you don't know anything about a particular question, don't make a wild guess, because negative marks sometimes will kill our better score in gate exam, right? Now, these are the gate cutoff marks for gate 2015, or it may be gate 2014 or gate 2016, whatever it may be. The general trend, what I observed, the gate cutoff mark for qualifying in general category is around 25, etc. Sir, for mechanical it is 32.73. Yes. If you see the number of aspirant with mechanical 1,85,000 odd, because competition is very high, and that particular gate 2015 paper, according to my opinion or the opinion of some subject experts, gate 2015 mechanical paper was a little bit easy. Therefore, cutoff mark for mechanical increase slightly is 32.73. Say on an average, if you get 30 marks in the general category, you may be qualified. But your aim is not to be qualified. You should secure the best possible rank so that you can join either IITs or IISc Bangalore, or you can get a good job in public sector undertakings, right? Now the general tips of planning and success in GATE. I have given a circular diagram. See, central, the blue color, most important subjects, focus them first. See, in every branch of engineering, say there are 9 to 10 subjects. If you see the previous papers, 50% of the questions will appear from 3 to 4 subjects. It means those 3 to 4 subjects are very important. Focus them first. Next, it is important subjects, focus next. There are some more 3 subjects from which questions will appear, but not so many as appearing in most important. Then depending upon your time, second option is that green color. Then less important subjects, then focus next. Unimportant subject, focus last. Suppose you are a fresher. If your time is insufficient, you can ignore the unimportant subjects. But if you are a repeater, you have already prepared something, then you can concentrate on all the subjects. It all depends upon your background and your goal, right? Now you see, identify and prioritize the chapters or topics. See, in every subject, again if you go through, say in a particular subject, there are 20 chapters. Among those 20 chapters, questions may be repeatedly being asked in some important areas, say some 10 areas. Beta, concentrate on those important chapters in a particular subject. Therefore, easy topics of a subject first, repeatedly being asked questions in a particular chapter, that I say easy and repeatedly being asked. Second is moderate topics. Moderate topics next. Advanced topics next. Very advanced topics last. If you are not aiming for All India first rank or so, very advanced topics, sometimes what happens, to understand these very advanced topics, it takes more time. While solving also, they take more time. But in the examination again, if a question appears in that very advanced area, you may not be positioned to answer. So depending upon your background, your time available, suppose if you are a fresher, if you don't have much time, you can ignore very advanced topics, but if you are a repeater, if your time permits, you can concentrate on them. It all depends upon your background, right? Now, types of questions again. What is the name? Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering. The name itself says Aptitude Test. These questions, gate questions, they will test your aptitude in engineering. Whether you have the basic fundamental knowledge of the subject or not, basic applications or not, that's all. In my opinion, the gate questions are not very in-depth. They touch only fundamentals. The concepts, they will be asked in the numerical form in a tricky way. Some people think that they are very lengthy in nature. No. If you use some concept, you can solve them within 2-3 minutes. They are more tricky in nature. But simply mugging up formula, in my opinion, will not help much. See, understand the concept and then mug up the formula. Simply mugging up formula, I don't think you'll get the best rank, right? Now, right practice. See, it is not the question of practice. It is the right practice. What is required for GATE exam? Practice that. Here I want to tell you, there is little bit difference in approach for GATE exam and IES exam. You have to see them little bit different. So practice, suppose you are appearing for GATE oriented questions you have to practice. So right practice again in right time. What does it mean? Suppose in this first week you studied one subject. Just stop at the end of the week, revise them. If you don't revise, if you see that subject after 3 or 4 months, you may forget. So right practice in right time. So you should have weekly revision, monthly revision, periodical revision, minimum 2-3 revisions, most important, right? Read or practice most important topics when your energy levels are high. See, there are certain students who get up early in the morning. They will have a lot of energy in the morning. Take most important or little bit tough subjects, advanced subjects, when your energy levels are high. If at certain time, say in the evening, by evening our energy level may go down. At that time, choose little bit easy topics which are easy to grasp. So depending upon your energy levels, take the topics. Don't just read, but write also. Some students, they simply lay on the bed, they'll be going on reading. Beta, simply reading is not useful. Whatever you read, say you have written, you are reading 2-3 formulas. Take a white paper, take the pen, write on the paper 2-3 times. See, one time writing on the paper with concentration is equal to 10 times reading. So not only reading, but also you have to write them on paper so that you will never forget. Fine. Now, time wasters. See, most of the students, what I observed, or the social surveys say, majority of the youth are wasting minimum 2 hours to 4 hours of their valuable time in chit-chatting, unnecessary chatting, use of too much cell phone, use of excess Facebook, all time wasters. You have a target. You want to crack GATE exam. You want to achieve something in your life. You want to respect the sweat and blood of your parents. See, your parents are giving you lakhs and lakhs of rupees. Beta, they may not exhibit the pain they have, but with so much of effort they are giving you. Suppose you are joining a coaching center, let it be any coaching center in India. You have to spend, including hostel expenditure, more than 1 lakh. You have to respond. You have to give a positive response to your parents. So in order to give a positive response to your parents, you should not waste your valuable time. You work 1 year sincerely without wasting time. This 1 year work will give you 40 years pleasure. One of our professors used to say, pleasure leads to pain, pain leads to pleasure. Beta, take the pain for 1 year, but the rest of the life you will have pleasure. Believe me. That relax for some time in a day. See, I may be saying that do hard work, do smart work, work for more hours, read for more works, etc. But any number of hours you may work, but relaxation is required. At least for half an hour to 1 hour, you have to relax. Your body should be relaxed, your mind shall be relaxed. But this relaxation must increase your energy, but it should not enhance or disturb your emotions. So, this means meditation. Do meditation, yoga, or brisk walking for at least half an hour per day. This will give you stress-free environment. With the stress-free environment, you can learn more. But don't forget, in 1 year of preparation, whatever you do, whatever discussion you may make with our friends, with our teachers, it must be useful to reach your goal. It must be consistent with your goal. So all the time you spend must be useful to reach your goal. Never forget it. Right. Now, how to answer objective questions in GATE exam? Elimination techniques, I told you. So there are certain questions where you don't know the answer, but you know that 2 options are wrong. You can take some risk using the elimination techniques. Time monitoring periodically, I told you. See, the first question is from your favorite subject. No doubt, you are extraordinary. But if it takes more time, the very purpose is lost. Finally, what is being considered by the society or respected by the society? Shiv Kera sir, our one of the great personality development professor, Shiv Kera says, efforts are not rewarded, results are rewarded. So beta, you may say, I worked for so many hours, but finally my result is disastrous. So what is your rank? That is deciding. See, some students, even in our classes also, they come for GATE coaching, they may be asking questions somewhere. They something like research oriented. They ask something which is relevant to GATE. No doubt, I can answer. But whenever you are targeting GATE exam means whether your efforts are for GATE. You are not preparing to submit your PhD thesis. Keep this in mind. So, knowledge is required, but what type of knowledge? The knowledge which is useful to score better in the GATE exam. Suppose you are preparing for IAS, the knowledge what you have to acquire which is useful for IAS exam. So, whatever your efforts for a particular exam must be relevant to that, and if you go on doing research, see, finally you may spend hundreds and hundreds of hours, but in the exam some question will appear which you cannot answer. I have seen so many students, really fantastic, very, very knowledgeable, but they are failing miserably in the exam because what is required in the exam? What GATE professors are testing? It is an aptitude test. It is not a research test. You are not writing for a research paper. So keep this in mind. What is required for GATE exam? What is required for IAS exam? Prepare accordingly so that you will be having the best result. Answer the easy questions first. See, in paper, of course, questions will be jumbled. Suppose the first question is little bit lengthy or you don't know. Don't get discouraged. First you choose easy questions. Sir, then how can I go for the same question which I left? The GATE IITs are so generous. They have given for different questions, different answers, different color coding. You might have seen. So if you want to come back to a question again, there is a different color. So use that technology supported by our IITs so you can come back. So I always advise my student children, answer the easy questions first. Once they are over, then you shift over to other questions. So my dear student children, if you follow these strategies, I am sure that you will be successful in the GATE in the very first attempt with a very great score. Now, finally, all the best. Thank you. To win the race, join ACE.